weapon on here. You can put your hand up next to it. All right? You should be able to find it.
One of the things about the lifestyle we've chose is a desire for resilience and self-reliance. One of the things that Jafana wants to do this year is learn to hunt. I've been hunting for 30 years. We eat a lot of venison, and Jafana wants to be able to harvest some venison and put in the freezer. I have to admit I was a little surprised when she volunteered the idea to me that she would hunt this year. Last year, my daughter killed 2 deer on the first day of the season. It was Youth and Apprentice Day. It was a hunt that I'd been looking forward to for a long time because I'd spent a lot of time with her teaching her how to shoot. And when she told me that she wanted to get out there and hunt with me and kill a deer, I made sure that it was actually something she wanted to do and wasn't something she was doing just because she thought that I wanted her to do it. I had the same questions for Jafana. Her answer was that she didn't want to just put it on me. She wanted to take the responsibility of helping to harvest the deer because we're living on a farm and we're going to be growing animals for food. And we have all the abundance of wildlife around us, and it only makes sense to take advantage of it.
Find the target.
Jafana's fired other weapons before, pistols, shotguns, and a few rifles, but she's never fired a hunting rifle, and she's never done any precision shooting at distance. So we started off at home with snap caps, cycling those through the rifle so she got used to the way that the weapon works. And snap caps are dummy rounds, so there's no ignition, they don't go off, nothing gets hurt, nothing gets hit, and they don't make any noise. You just get used to how the weapon cycles and how you squeeze the trigger.
The objective for today isn't bullseyes. It's familiarization, making sure that we learn how to fire the weapon without developing a flinch, making sure that we're not afraid of it, and following the basic principles so that we can develop a skill set.
It's not bad. Mine hit.
Is this mine or yours?
That's yours.
Something to understand is that not everyone loves to shoot. For Jafana, it is a means to an end.
So on our second round there, those are 2 shots. Good starting point. Welcome back to Breakheart Orchard. Today we are moving on to the master bedroom to try and get these beams that my bride is planing installed as the bedroom rafters. They will hold up the roof. We got out here early today, took care of a few things. We're approaching lunch, it's about 11 o'clock. I think that if I work diligently, I can get all of those beams in today. Still not as much as I wanted to get accomplished this weekend, but all in all, that's not bad. As I'm prepping this wall to receive the timbers that are going to stretch across for the rafters in the master bedroom, I've got to complete the jack system that starts all the way down at the floor on top of the sill plate. So each one of these windows has a header that is 2x12. It's 3 2x12s together. And they stretch all the way from about here across. And you've got 2 or 3, depending upon which one, 2 or 3 2x6 jacks that hold that up. On top of this header, you have another jack made of 2x6s that goes up to that pocket. Then you have a plate, a 2x6 plate that sits on top of that to receive the timber. That transfers the load all the way down to the floor. Give you an idea of what I'm doing right now. I've already done the small jacks in 4 of those. I've got 1 more to do. It's just a double 2x6. You can see that you've got the 3 2x12s going across. There's a pocket here, and so I put SIPS seal along that crack between these two pieces of OSB. I shoot some foam down inside there, and then I pocket that little 2x6 jack, that double 2x6 jack in there and nail it into place. In keeping with the running theme that I have here, that nothing ever goes according to plan, I'm having some trouble with my foam gun. I pull the trigger and it starts shooting foam and doesn't want to shut off, so I'm having to crank the handle to push the pin back out. When we get back home today, I'm probably going to order another gun because I've got a lot of other foam to shoot around here and I can't keep doing that. I had the same issue here that I had on the other side. I didn't have any real support underneath of the underneath of that small wall, so I needed to go ahead and run the studs from those two top plates all the way down. It's only two of them, it should only take a few minutes. Well, it is the end of the workday, and as can plainly be seen, I do not have beams in this room. I felt certain that I was going to get that far. I had a timeline set for myself, and I was running about an hour, maybe a little bit more than that behind my timeline, but I'd left some buffer in there. And I got up here, I started checking the template that I made. And on the first beam, which sits right up here on top of that short wall, it's perfect. I moved over to the next one, and it was off a little bit. I got to the middle one, it was definitely off. And by the time I got down here, it was quite a bit off. That's a problem, because that means something's not square, something's not level. I started checking things, and I checked the string line that I have set up between the top of that point of the roof and the top of that point of the roof, of where the roof is going to go for this room, and it's level. I checked the line of the rafters, they're level. That means I need to look at my little wall right here, and it's just slightly not level. And slightly not level over the course of about 22, 23 feet amounts to a good inch. So I had to spend a lot of mental energy trying to figure out how I was going to get my cuts when every one of these was going to be different, and I was trying to use a template. It took me a while, and I finally came up with a way to take that template and turn it into a sliding template based upon the measurement of where that string crosses to where that top plate is. I've got two of my beams cut down here. My wife wanted me to fire up the excavator and just go ahead and let's get two of them in here. But we've been going since before sunup, and it is 7:30, and I just thought that was unwise. We're gonna come back later in the week and see if we can't get that up. It's a pretty big bite because we've got some good momentum going, and I really want to get these things in here. But I think we'll be better off if we just wait. It's just how things work out sometimes. Some days you feel like you're a rock star when you finish the thing, and some days not so much. Today's one of those not so much days. So I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Come on back and check us out again at Breakheart Orchard. I'll be getting these beams in. This is Apollo. Apollo is all game when it comes to finding something. We have 2 of these Spanish rabbit dogs, Podencos. They're both rescues. One of them is at the vet right now because he got bit in the face by a copperhead. Dog's 13 years old, but he's been a good dog. So they gave him the antivenom and he's making a comeback. We'll see how he is when we pick him up tonight. Now the other dog that got bit could care less about chasing the ball, but this one lives for chasing the ball or anything else. Well, they're home from the vet. Paulo ran out barking. He's excited. I don't know how excited Pedro's gonna be. He does not look like an excited puppy. It looks like Jafan's gonna carry him all the way in.
He's gonna walk. He hasn't been able to go, but he's having problems walking.
So he's not walking real well. Yeah, face is still swollen.
Yeah, he's drooling.
Yeah.
It's not bad though. They say he's doing really well. He's just really high.
Yeah. No.
He's sitting on my foot. Here, let me see if he'll walk.
He's a little shaky.
Come on.
Face is dead, and face and neck are both swollen.
His chest is too. He's got boobs. Hey, you. You wanna try to pee?
Well, he lived through it.
Yeah, he did.
We were on the way home from the build when my daughter called in a panic because the dog had some blood on its face and was
You're a
walking
lucky
like it was
dog.
drunk.
Pedro, come on.
Everything she described let us know immediately that he had been bit by a snake. Now, this isn't the sort of thing that can only happen in the country. This happens in urban environments as well. But this time it happened to us. So we had to go ahead and figure out what to do as quickly as possible. And we were able to get him to the vet hospital within an hour. And they were able to save him.
Come on. Come inside. There you go. Good boy. Well, we are back up here on the build. Dog came home from the vet after his tangle with the copperhead. Hopefully he won't do that again. That was an unfortunate experience last night on the way home from here. We have good weather, and since we got everything taken care of, we thought we'd come up here and see if we can't put 1 or 2 of those beams that we cut last night in. We're gonna go for this one right here, the second one. That way when we do that one, it'll be easier to reach across. And I'm gonna pull the excavator right up over on this other side. Unfortunately, in our haste to get out of the house and get up here after work today, I didn't bring my regular camera, so I'm shooting everything on my cell phone. I apologize for the shakiness of the video. I'm gonna try to edit that out, but all the photography that I'm gonna be doing tonight is gonna happen with a cell phone, so it's probably not gonna be a lot, and it's not gonna be as good as usual. Jafan just clipped it in. The problem I have right now is there are no windows on this side of the house, so it's gonna make it a lot more difficult to communicate. I have to lift this beam up over this wall, and she's gonna have to set it in over there, and she's gonna have to tell me where I need to go with it. So we're gonna have to work something out. Do that again. Well, I can see her hand, so she's gonna give me hand signals on what I need to do with it. I'm not gonna be able to video and do this, so I'm just gonna turn the camera off. So we managed to get it up here with hand signals and a lot of yelling. but this is where it needs to be on the edge of it. I can pull that over, that's not a problem. And it's setting on the bird's mouth, which is nice. You said you got about 1/2 inch?
1/2 inch.
So I've got a little bit of wiggle room. I don't think there's anywhere I can put this camera that's gonna see what I'm about to do. So we got it over. It seems to have settled into the other side.
Man, that's so tight.
All right, put this on the wall and tell me what the wall's looking like.
Whole wall.
Yeah, the wall, straight up and down.
Okay. Right in the middle.
Dead middle? Dead level? All right. All right. Well then, it's time to pin this thing. That is pretty, right there.
Don't you feel really?
Yeah, it was kicking my butt last night, but we got it. Sometimes it's like that. Now we got one more, and this other one, I didn't even cut a bird's mouth in it because at most it needed about 1/4 of an inch, I'm sorry, 1/8 of an inch of a bird's mouth to sit right here. And I figure that it'll compress that 2x4 just a little bit, and it should probably make it completely perfect. Never started the camera. I had the camera all set up. I don't think I ever started it. Well, it was a nice try. Now, when I was setting everything up and measuring, see, right upside down, right side up, I can't even tell. I was running off that nail. I had a string that went over that way, and that line is where I went to. So from that nail to that line, boom, that is perfection. We got it done. My bride up here guiding it in, and that is a nice fit. Look at that, very nice. So, just like I pinned that one with a 12-inch structural screw, I'm gonna try to pin this one. Now on the other side, I started working on one yesterday, and the darn thing got stuck about halfway in. It wouldn't go no further, so I'm hoping I get a little bit better luck tonight. Nice. Now that is a good bit of luck. That worked out very well. It's completely flush, so that is perfect. Now, my bride wants me to go get the tools out and start cutting some more timbers, but it's within an hour of dark, and I'd say this is a good bit of success, and we should hang on to this and celebrate it. So we are gonna go home, and then we're gonna come back and do this again. Well, that all went pretty smooth, so before I do something stupid and mess that up, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. That's all we got. We'll be back out here on the weekend. Y'all come on back and check us out again at Break Heart Orchard.